What's up, Pisces? I'm Amber. This is Orion Royalty, and tonight I'm going to do a general read for you. May or may not resonate for you. Anyways, I have pulled the overall energies here, and I gotta say, this 110% feels like you could be, or I'm gonna say be, going through a spiritual awakening. Okay, or a spiritual upgrade, level up, whatever. And I will say a lot of people are going through hell. I just finished one myself. Okay, so this one was not that bad, but I feel like for you, this one feels like no. Okay, it feels like you hate it here. Okay. So what we have for the overall energies, we have Temperance in reverse for the major arcana. At the bottom of the deck, we have Judgment. Underneath that, the Hierophant. Over here for the amberisms, I have Trust the Process. This is something that has to happen. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have a Go Fuck Yourself, right? Underneath that, and it's not funny, but trust me, I have been here, so it is funny. At the bottom of the deck, or underneath that, we have Do You Hate Me? Okay, so I feel like you are going through it, okay? I feel like this is your energy towards the universe, like go fuck yourself. Do you hate me? Is that why I have to go through this process? Is it because the universe hates me? And honestly, I don't feel like that's the case. Okay, Scorpio, we do have your energy at the bottom of the deck, but okay, Beth, I feel like an old version of self is dying. We are going through some kind of spiritual awakening here. I do feel like so at the bottom of the deck over here, we have I am a spirit having, sorry, this is a new deck, so I don't exactly know what the hell's on the card, right? It says, I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love, okay? That kind of looks like, anyways, so I think that you are having a spiritual awakening, okay? And I do kind of feel like it might have to do with like destiny and purpose. Yes, like, am I on the right path? Because it kind of feels like maybe right now you might be thinking there's no way in hell that this could be me on the right path, because everything around me is crumbling. Okay, I'm being faced with all this toxic ass energy. I don't understand why this is happening, but I just want to separate myself from all of this shit and close out this cycle. And I feel like it is coming. Okay, I feel like it is coming, Scorpio. Let me just put all these back if you don't mind. But like I said, I do feel like this might be a process where we're having to learn how to love self greater, okay, which is never fun, because what that means is we're faced with people, places, or things that don't respect us, don't love us, okay? And so we're having to learn how to love self regardless of how people are treating us, or, you know, in our surroundings, okay? So I get it, but you are actually on the right path, okay? Welcome to the right path. It looks like this about 7 times a year. There's just a random number. It's not accurate numbers, but that's what it definitely feels like, and it's probably somewhere close, you know? I mean, I don't know, at least for me, but so we're just gonna go ahead. Yeah, I do feel like this situation is about to balance out. I do feel like you are about to close out. And here's the thing, I feel like you are about to close out. Again, it's kind of giving like strongly on the side of Dark Night of the Soul, okay? Because the Dark Night of the Soul will kind of put us in a position. Put us in a position to where we are questioning self, right? Just period. Not even just the path, just like self. Who am I? Type shit, right? But I feel like you are about to come out of this cycle, okay? And I feel like you're going to be feeling much better about self. Much better is what I'm hearing about self here very, very soon, okay? So we do need to trust the process, okay? And this is absolutely something that has to happen if it is about self-love, because if we don't love self, nobody else is going to do it for us, okay? Just period. I don't know what else to say about that. So let's just see. Out here we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Six of Swords, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. I know that's right. And the Hierophant in reverse. Interesting. Hierophant is now making a second appearance out here for you, Scorpio. Clarify the Two of Pentacles, please. We have the Knight of Wands. Knight. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like whatever you've been going through, it's about to balance out quickly, right? Because the Knight of Wands is a very fast-moving energy. Okay. I'm gonna wait to say that. Clarify the Six of Swords, please. The Page of Cups. Yeah. Clarify the Ten of Wands in reverse, please. Two cards. Just gotta take them. So we have the King of Swords and the Six of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Just straight up and down, it's giving a vibe of we were in a connection that we had to let go of. Or, you know, I say connection. It could be friends, family, whatever, fill in the blank here, okay? But I feel like we were in a situation where we knew this just wasn't for our highest and our best good, right? And I feel like having to let go of this connection was maybe a tower moment, okay? But I feel like this person, yeah, I mean, you just had to separate yourself from this person or from this situation, possibly even from a job, okay, for someone, because it was just more of a burden than it was joy in your life, okay? I feel like we have chosen self, but I feel like chaos might have followed choosing self, and that's okay, because when a tower hits, it is chaotic-ish. It is chaotic, okay? But we just need to trust the process, okay? If a tower came down, if a connection ended, it needed, oh fuck, it needed to, okay? Because I do feel like we were in a connection, whether it's work, family, friends, whatever, you know, like I said, fill in the blank here. I feel like we were in a situation where we were fully committed, but we weren't getting anything in return, okay? Like, all of a sudden my nose got kind of stuffy. I feel like my allergies are kind of acting up. I feel like somebody, I don't know, was full of bullshit, and now finally you're realizing, like, bro, I'm allergic to this bullshit. I don't know. I hope that made sense, but I feel like there is a commitment that has come to an end, and it was because someone was giving more to a situation than they were getting in return, okay? Clarify the Two of Pentacles, please, and the Knight of Wands. We have the Empress, okay? I feel like even though you might feel like maybe, you know, I've made the wrong choice, or, you know, maybe standing up for myself wasn't the best choice here, but I feel like it absolutely was. And I feel like the process that you, because mind you, we do have Temperance here out in reverse, okay? I feel like the universe is saying, be patient. Your kingdom is coming together, but we just, yeah, you got to be patient. And I feel like the universe telling you to be patient is not making you very happy. Like, I feel like you are, and maybe for, you know, maybe it's Maybelline, I don't know. Maybe rightfully so, okay? Because maybe you have been waiting for something for a long time, okay? And maybe you have been, I don't know, for someone, maybe you have been following a dream for a long time, and you feel like all of a sudden we're not on the right path because this tower just came down. Everything happens for a reason, even if it means that you are just in that situation to gain. I mean, that's 110% what it is, right? We have experiences. Hello? I am a spirit having a human experience, and I am here to get closer to love, okay? People like to get in their head that only the sunshine and the rainbows are what's destined to come into our life, and that's just not true, okay? The negative stuff is destined to come into our lives as well, because it teaches us something that the sunshine and rainbows just can't, okay? So just because we're going through a season where, you know, it's been rough, does not mean that it did not happen for a reason. And I feel like whatever you did go through here with this situation, it was for a reason, okay? It was to teach you something. So, I don't know, I'm kind of getting an energy on you, maybe like being a little too hard on yourself. Again, there's like energy here of, oh, I wish I never would have made that choice. But Spirit is like, don't look at it that way. This was destined to come into your life. Appreciate it, even if it meant you had to go through something difficult. I hope that makes sense, okay? But your kingdom is on the way with the Empress here. Once this situation balances out, you are going to be grateful that the universe put you through this process, okay? Even though it feels like the universe can go fuck themselves right now, okay? Yeah, 7 of Wands, okay? Literally. 2 of Wands. Yeah. And I feel like what Spirit is saying here is the reason why they're just asking you to be patient and trust the process here, not to fight it, okay? To just go with the flow and trust that trust the path that you're on, right? I feel like the reason why Spirit is saying just trust the process, this has to happen, I don't know. Because I feel like it's like Spirit is wanting you to have like reassurance words. If you know, you know. I can never speak them. Spirit is wanting you to have hope, okay? That nothing is wasted, okay? You, like I said, you are on the right path. You don't have to fight it, okay? And I will say, like I said in the beginning of this read, I just got done with a spiritual awakening myself, and it sucked. It sucked, you know, something off. That's for sure, okay? But it was not as bad as some have been. And I feel like that's because I really just kind of leaned into the universe this time. Like, okay, just... I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch this shit like a movie, okay? I'm gonna let you tell me what to do, where to go, who to trust, who not to trust. And it was a lot easier. Did it still suck something off? Absolutely, okay? Absolutely. I have not slept in forever, okay? And there is something that Spirit is wanting me to point out about the spiritual awakening, okay? So if you haven't been having insomnia, I feel like this part is for you. If you have not been having anyways, if you haven't been having insomnia during this spiritual awakening, but you've just been having like really weird dreams, okay? it's because the universe is trying to heal or reprogram something in your subconscious mind. Okay, there's suppressed memories or childhood wound. There's something in the subconscious mind that it just ain't working for you no more. Okay, and you cannot carry it into this new phase. Okay, so deal with it. Focus on that. Okay, focus on how we can heal that. How you know, I'm not gonna say that, but if you have been having insomnia, it is because there is something in your physical world, okay? Your conscious mind that needs to change. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, you know, there, especially if, because I'm noticing, I mean, we have some really, really like cutting energies out here, okay? 7 of Wands. Hold on. Sorry, if you know, you know. Yeah, okay. And now we have the 5 of Swords in reverse, okay? And what I do love is that all these energies are in reverse, okay? So this is telling me if this cycle has not come to a close here just yet, like you're on the precipice, okay? You are borderline done with this situation, okay? But I feel like there is just one last push where the universe is asking you to just let go, right? To just like surrender. And I will say, like, since I got this deck, which was like a couple days ago, right? Every day I pull tarot for myself, just like to give me the energy of the day, right? Tell me the vibes. Yeah, okay, we'll get there in a minute. But every single day lately, since I've been having this deck, as I've been going through the spiritual awakening, this card has always come out where it's like, let me see if I can find it. Okay, I found it. So I kept seeing this card in my third eye, and I've been pulling it for myself, and it says, when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Okay? And I feel like that's kind of the vibe. Obviously, we haven't gotten to this deck yet, but that's kind of the vibe that I'm picking up here. It's like, you might think that you have surrendered to this situation and just given it to the universe, but I do feel like there is still some combative energy within you. And like I said, maybe rightfully so, okay? Maybe the universe has been putting you through it, because I swear to God, the universe be laughing when we go through this shit. I swear to God, bro. But I feel like you have been going through it. You're ready to be done with this cycle. You're ready for the hurt or the cutting situation to come to a close, right? But I feel like with the Empress out here, you know, her counterpart is very controlling, okay? And that's kind of, you know, the Emperor energy is kind of what I'm seeing out here. So you could be dealing with the Aries, doesn't have to be, or you could have Aries somewhere in your top 3 or whatever. You could just be in, you know, a situation where you're wanting to dominate this, and I feel like the universe is saying you really just need to let it go, because let me tell you, baby, it's out of your control anyways. So you can either sit there and put yourself in a bunch of stress, or you can just trust the process. It is most definitely your choice, but we're not going to be mad if you get a little angry with us. No, we don't hate you. The universe doesn't hate you, okay? So, what for Scorpio? We have the 8 of Wands in reverse. I don't really get that. I don't understand the imagery on this card. This is a new deck, too. Oh, there's one underneath here. Oh my God, we have Judgment. There was a card under here that I didn't even see. Judgment. Out here twice. Okay. You just, okay, there is some kind of rebirth, okay? I feel like, and we just had this new moon, and I feel like this new moon brought in a lot of clarity for a lot of different people. It could even have been the catalyst to all these spiritual awakenings that I am seeing, okay? And I don't know why I'm getting this, because I try not to focus on, like, anyways. But these people that did you wrong, or this situation that did you dirty, okay, Judgment Day is coming for them. But what I feel like is, like, you just need to, I don't know, I keep hearing, like, have a come to Jesus moment, or maybe you had a come to Jesus moment. And maybe you got a lot of clarity on some kind of situation, but now we're like looking at our reality and we're like, this is not what the universe showed me in a vision, or whatever, maybe in a funky dream, okay? You're feeling like there's no, I'm not headed to that reality, so why are you over here taunting me? But the universe is not taunting you. They're showing you what's to come after this death. They're showing you the rebirth of this, okay? I'm hearing shut your mouth, so I don't know, okay, with the Eight of Wands in reverse, like shut your mouth, okay. So I feel like somebody has really been, I don't know, telling their spirit team about themselves, okay? And I really feel like, because, I won't say that, but, I feel like really somebody's been kind of maybe crying out in desperation, because let's face it, when we get that mad at our spirit team and at the universe, it's because we feel like we're not getting justice. We feel like we're being overlooked. And I feel like the universe wants you to know, like, no, bro, you are definitely not getting overlooked. We're putting an end to what no longer serves your highest and your best good. And I feel like maybe you might have been out here crying, complaining to the universe, crying out in despair. And I feel like your spirit team is like, bitch, do you need a tissue? I'm gonna need you to shut it. For someone, what I heard with this card is, you have been through so much worse than this. What you crying for now? Okay, and again, that's relating it back to like how the spiritual awakening, yeah, it sucked, but it has not been as bad as some that I have experienced, okay? So I feel like the universe is like, bitch, we've been through darker days than this. I'm gonna need you to get it together. Grab a tissue if you need it, okay? But we both know that these things in your life, they got to go, okay? And why? Because they're taking you out of balance, okay? I feel like somebody on my spirit team is trying to like figure out a song. I don't know how to explain that. Anyways, there might be a song coming in for you here in a minute. I don't know. Okay. What else for Scorpio? What else for Scorpio? We have Seven of Wands in reverse again. Okay. There's lots of duplicate cards out here. Okay, so you might be going through a spiritual awakening, spiritual death and death and rebirth. Wow, we have, okay. Yeah, you might have been I'm hearing with this death card, not my first rodeo. Okay, so I do feel like maybe this is a spiritual awakening that we have already experienced from the past. Let me clarify what I mean when I say that, okay? So let's say we have an issue with fear of rejection, right? And we go through the spiritual awakening, and then we understand that, like, okay, nobody rejected me, they rejected what I represented in them, right? Or something like this, whatever. We learn something from this spiritual awakening, and now maybe it's been years later, and it's like, oh wait, I know you're not making me go, I already did that one. Why are we back at this? I already did it, right? And what you need to understand is you will revisit that place multiple times, because our wounds, they run deep. Okay, they are deeply rooted. Okay. For all of us, I don't give a fuck who you are. Okay, don't come to me and say, no, that's not me. I don't know. Anyways, but But I feel like you need to understand that that is it's a lifelong progress, okay? Because things that stick with us in our childhood, you know, I mean, it's just basic psychology. We carry it over into our adult life, and we carry it to our grave if we don't deal with those issues, okay? And then you're gonna have to reincarnate and bring your ass back to this ghetto ass planet and learn the lesson, try to learn the lessons again. So you might as well just get out here and trust the universe, trust the process, stop fighting it, let the universe balance out this situation, stay classy in the meantime is what I'm hearing, okay? So really, like, if people are starting drama with you, just ignore that shit, okay? You ain't gotta say a word. What I'm hearing is your glow up, your actions, they speak for you. You ain't gotta say shit. Or this glow up that is coming after the spiritual awakening is going to speak for you. You ain't gotta say shit. So we will go ahead and get final advice for Scorpio. Final advice for Scorpio. I don't know. I hope this made sense. Nope, that's upside down. We have my fearless freedom lights up the world. Exactly. Okay. I feel like there is a call to get back to the authentic self. That is what the spiritual awakenings are for. Who are you at a soul level? Who are you at a core level? Who were you before you started behaving like the world wanted you to, or you know what I'm saying? My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. You cannot make it up. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Okay? You need to surrender to this. And when you think you've surrendered, you need to surrender some more. Okay? Just let it go. Let it happen. Okay? Shh. Just let it happen. Okay? What other advice for Scorpio? This is a lot. Okay. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. Okay? And that right there. I feel like we're feeling powerless because we're feeling lost, but the universe is like, bitch, let me show you the map, because we're not lost at all, and you're not powerless. In fact, you're looking good on that throne. Okay? Yeah, and so I'm going to end it there. Okay? Energy flows where my intentions go. Okay, so try to just transmute this energy as best you can. I know it is hard when you are going through it, okay? But do the best that you can. Pour love into yourself, okay? That is a really good way to transmute energy. You know, whether you... I don't know. I'm sure you know how to pour into yourself. I don't have to sit here and give you examples. But anyways, I'm going to end it here. I hope that this helps, Scorpio. And I hope that you have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are.